Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another ZeroSpace video. The last one had a really great reception, but I wanted to answer a few questions, and then we're going to go into some first-person view Protectorate gameplay. So first things first, everyone was going, why are Scarlet's bugs in this game that we cast driving cars with machine guns? That's really dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I didn't explain this last time around. I just hopped into casting a game to show off the engine and the micro ability and how fun the gameplay is. But obviously, that is a bit weird. Now, the way the game works is you get a merc faction, a mercenary faction, as well as your main faction. So you can actually kind of mix and match to change that. Now, that doesn't change the core units. You get a limited number of charges you can use to call those in, and you get those over time in the game. Scarlet specifically plays a very greedy style, where she likes to be very greedy expanding and using a mixture of her early game hero micro and as many mercs as possible to try and cover her against the opponent's aggression, do some raiding, keep them on the back foot, and then just rush up to the mid and late game. That's specific to how she plays the game. It's usually a lot more bugs for a Grell army, and then occasionally you might get a few raiders or something like that. This is definitely Scarlet kind of bending what a normal game looks like and making it look very different. We also heard the feedback, of course, about the infusing of the merc units looking a bit weird. Normally you can infuse your Grell units and, hey, you make a bug into a cocoon, it pops out twice as many hit points, and it's got faster cooldowns on its abilities. Cool, makes sense. Doing it to cars and tanks does look a little bit silly right now, so we've heard the feedback on that, and we're having a talk about how to address that for sure. The other thing people kept asking about was the heroes. Or not even asking about, I think just a lot of people hate heroes. That's it. A lot of people don't like Warcraft 3. They're more StarCraft gamers or Command & Conquer gamers. And there's a lot of comments of people saying, oh, heroes? That's all you need to say. Switching the video off, not going to watch the rest of it, not going to play this game. It sucks. Could have been a good RTS, but they put heroes in it. Keep in mind, the heroes in this game are more like a support unit. They don't level up like Warcraft 3 heroes. While they're very good at the start of the game for clearing these exceptionally weak critters in the middle of the map that are on the towers, and they can beat one or two of the basic units. If they get jumped on by even 3 or 4 of the enemy basic units, they just have to run and maybe throw a few spells, maybe pick one of them off and just get home as quickly as possible. These aren't Warcraft 3 heroes. They don't get items. Their leveling up is basically a very slight stats gain. Their abilities don't get super powerful. It's just they get a little bit more powerful as your talents go up so that they don't get one-shot by a single tank in the late game or something like that. But they end up being very important in the small early skirmishes, and then they're like a good support unit in the mid game, and you sometimes almost forget about them in the late game. So their power is not super centralized, and it very quickly scales down once you start getting out anything approximating a reasonably sized army. They end up just being a useful support unit that adds some cool abilities that allow the rest of your army to be effective. So don't be worried about this being, a Priestess of the Moon with a Potion of Invulnerability casting Starfall and covering the whole friggin' screen and giant comets falling from the sky. The team doesn't like that philosophy of overly centralizing the power in heroes. They are more just a unit that gives a lot of fun interaction in the early game and supports you later in the game. Last but not least, before we get into the Protectorate first-person view gameplay, this is pre-alpha footage. I mean, we're literally at a point where the game is very responsive, very microable, there's fun interactions, and we're having fun games in-house. And we wanted to show that off, but it's nowhere near finished. A lot of these mechanics will change. A lot of these things, images, graphics, and things will also be changed as time goes on. So please get on with the Kickstarter and support it if you can. A lot of you already have, and a big thanks for that. The Kickstarter's down below in the description. Give it a link. We already tripled the goal in the first couple of days, which is crazy. But of course, I think it was a very humble goal. Personally, only 100,000 USD. And obviously, to develop the game, make it as good as possible, the more support it gets, the less reliant, the game is in ZeroSpace on big publishers being like, here's tons of money to publish the game. We love RTS, because obviously, if we look at a lot of the RTSs that have come out, they've had very limited publisher support over the last few years. And in my humble opinion, that's why a lot of them feel very unfinished upon release. We don't want that for ZeroSpace, so please, get on board with it if you haven't already. A massive thanks to those who already have. And without further ado, enjoy some first-person view Protectorate gameplay with me kind of explaining how the faction works. Let's get into it. All right, what's up, guys? We're going to be playing a little bit of ZeroSpace here. We've got Protectorate as the faction. Dread Raiders is my merc faction. And my opponent here is going to be playing Grell and Moran. We're playing against Marv, the heart and soul of this project. And here we go. Let's just talk you guys through what we're doing. First things first, we're going to queue up an extractor. And when it queues up another one, we're going to hit escape to cancel that, because it'll try to auto-queue them. But we want to save that money for an expansion. So we're going to build an expansion there. We've also got 2 more little engineer builders we start with. One will go to the 3rd, and one can go to our Wall-Off. And we're going to spawn in a hero choice. which you can see spawns in a few seconds. I like the Dread Hero. So as soon as that spawns, we're going to go get out on the map and start clearing up some towers. So we're going to immediately shadow walk out to the left, try and clear up some of the guys. You get little hexite bonuses for clearing the dudes out there. So that'll be nice. So notice I'm holding off on starting my 4th extractor just so I can get the operating tower started. And then the moment that starts, we'll queue it up. And as soon as that gets 100 hexite, that'll go through. So it's nice. You can queue things up ahead of time, even when you don't have the money just yet. And it just makes it so you can kind of prioritize what you need. And often I still do this similar to kind of StarCraft and Warcraft and those style of RTSs in terms of how I produce. But for now, you can see over here, I used my disrupting shot. And now we're just going to use the cliff walk ability to try and avoid getting killed while we kite these guys down, getting +5 hexite for each one. Jump to the low ground. And let's go home. Let's do a bit of macro. So let's start the 3rd base as well. Jump back. High ground. High ground, low ground, high ground, low ground. There we go. Look at all those little bonus 5 hexites. It's not a huge amount of resources, but it's something. We can now catch the tower, which is going to help us get experience for our talents. We'll talk more about that later as we actually get some points to put in there. For now, like I said, Natural's finishing up. Main base now has all 4 extractors harvesting. We're not going for flux yet because these harvesters cost 200 each. Very expensive. And we've just got that 3rd base started. All right, we've captured the control tower, so let's move up to the middle now. And what we're going to do over here is start a supply platform. Now, keep in mind, I'm way faster and more experienced in competitive RTS than my opponent. So I am a big favorite to take him down here. He's already cleared this. Looks like he's going to get the middle and the top, so good on him. But I'll at least capture the towers so I get something. Notice all 4 extractors here. I'm not sure if I remembered to queue those up or not. I don't think I did, which meant there was a bit of a delay, so a little bit inefficient for me. They do auto build, but it's way faster if you just do it yourself. And oh, he actually dodged my stun.
Is now idle.
So we're gonna use my shadow walk here, try and use that dodge percentage as best we can. And unfortunately, we've missed our sticky bomb, guys, so we're just gonna run away. Okay, so we've just shift clicked my guy away. Let's get a barrack started now. And maybe I can get him with my next stun.
We've lost
get him off this
control of the tower.
If he doesn't have another seedling nearby to consume, then he won't be able to heal himself. So, aha, there we go. And my next shadow walk's available.
Building complete.
So we're going to force him off. So we stopped him from taking the tower for himself, which is great. I've got 2 barracks on the way. This is a very greedy build I'm doing in terms of 3 bases so early. Once again, I forgot to queue up the extractors as it finished, so we were busy microing. It is what it is. Not perfect at playing the game yet, but we're doing okay.
Control tower
and
captured.
We can get a harvester soon as well, but first we're going to make sure we start queuing up some commandos, because rushing 3 bases like this is very, very greedy. Definitely something that can get us in trouble. And look at that, guys. Oh, okay. I found his harvester, but I don't think we're going to be able to kill it. I'm going to try. I'm going to drop my sticky bomb on it. And that does a fair bit of damage. I'm not sure how much it is exactly. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, we actually stunned his hero as well. Oh, but he does consume and gets out. Okay. Never mind, guys. Let's build a few commandos, and we're going to start our first harvester. So you can use a select all army key, guys. Notice we've got select all army, we've got select builders, we've also got cycle harvesters, F4, and cycle idle harvesters, F6. So there's some really nice global commands to help you control your stuff, which does help out a fair bit. Let's get a 3rd barracks, and then we'll get a supply platform out here as well.
Building complete. Unit production complete.
Oh no, I got stuck on the ramp. Gonna lose a commando here. That's alright, we're focusing his stingers down.
Building complete.
I thought he'd pull back there, but he didn't, so he actually took a really good fight. Which kind of wrecked me. My first harvest is now down here. They'll automatically, I'm going to rally them to there, but they'll automatically go and find the closest flux. If I want to, I can risk going out there to that spot. Now, we're going to go for our tier 1 upgrade structure. Our, what is it called? Research Lab, Advanced Research Lab, Special Research Lab. That's going to unlock our Bastion mechs, which are a splash damage. They do a small splash damage. They're very tanky, so they're good against those little stingers that my opponent's using at the start of the game.
Production is now idle.
All right, let's get out of there. Use that cliff jump, and we should be okay here.
Production is now idle.
We've lost control of a tower.
Just gonna group up here. Maybe go back to our production to heal. We've got little healing drones that sit on above all your buildings, which can really help you out in these scenarios. All right, we're trying to build a few more commandos and some bastions now as well. We're also going to start getting upgrades for them. So we're going to get the anti-armor shredding rounds. So basically just a very small armor shred from every one of your commando shots. And I'm also going to try and retake these top and middle towers with just a single commander using my shift click. Very familiar mechanic for any RTS veterans out there, just queuing things up. We're also going to take this fourth base on the right because I think this left side is very entrenched, very easy to defend. But the other side will be a little bit harder, so I think it makes sense to do it that way. We're also going to get a fourth barracks here as well, so should be good. Oh, very nice shot from me. I mean, he got some nice shots as well.
Unit production complete. Production is now
Oh, we just hammered him. Because the healing here is really effective. Can we kill his hero as well? Yep. Very nicely done, guys. All right, we're going to go to the middle.
Unit production.
Send one guy down there. We've already got the top right. Beautiful. We're also harvesting that rich flux, which is great. That's really good for us. And all right, looks like he's got some units out here. Oh, we found a lasher in the middle of the map. That's great for me, guys. Let's kill that lasher.
Unit
Very
production
good.
Complete.
All right, let's get some tier 2 factories going now, guys.
Production
And that's going to be amazing. He's actually attacking here. You sure about that, buddy? I don't think you want to do that. All right, we're catching him because he's a bit spread right now, so we're going to try and catch him all spread out all over the place.
Production complete. Unit production is now idle. Unit production is now idle. Production is now building complete.
All right, very nice. All right, we'll capture that bottom side, come over here, try and clear up this area, and get that rich base going. We're going to try and build a second factory here, and of course our flux income is going absolutely bananas. Build a few more supply platforms, just queue up 3 of those as we're almost supply capped again. And we're just going to make sure this one guy goes and captures that bottom left. Other than that, we should be good. Just trying to deselect him with shift click from my army. There we go.
Unit production complete. Production is now idle.
Ooh!
Building complete. Building complete.
Oh, those aren't lashes. Those are harbs. Oops.
Reinforcement
let's get out of here, guys. I haven't actually used my talents this game. Let's go improved recall, infantry, walker, elite infantry. So I've been missing some very important upgrades here.
Upgrade complete.
And all these supply depots don't actually heal until you upgrade them. I forgot about that. So not the best fallback point.
Unit production complete.
Alright, we killed the lasher, now we kill the hero. That's where the damage is at. The harbs will fall automatically once you do all that. Whew, okay guys, where are my builders at? Let's get our tier 2 upgrade structure. Let's also get extra life for the bastions. And let's also get a tier 2 headquarters here so we can get extra upgrades. We're also going to try to take a new base up there as well as a new base down here. Actually, I'm going to get a tier 3 production building first as well. Lots more bastions and commandos are building. We're also just queuing up 2 Avengers for now. And we've got top bar power, guys, so we can actually call in some of those Avengers as well, using that top bar energy that we get from our units dying as we're playing. So if I called those in, got those upgrades earlier, with how the early fights went, this never would have been as bad. We can also get an armor aura module. Notice he's going to get a 1 armor aura. There's going to be a little blue aura when that finishes. And the other 3 Avengers can all get just firing turrets and Avenger turrets. Just a little auto turret kind of thing on top of it. Now my harvesters are going a bit bananas, going to very greedy spots on the map. I'm going to let these guys try to finish mining that, but that's very, very risky. We'll get one of these Avenger turrets as well. But you can see this pale blue aura, not the most visible, but definitely going to help out any nearby infantry. All right, so because I took 2 bases, that's spent a lot of my money. That definitely is, you know, it's hurt a little bit in that regard, but that's all right. Let's try and retake this ridge up here. I really want to clear this area. If I can get this area, get rid of that cultivator, I think that'll be massive. Oh, massive spells for me, man.
production is now idle.
Do I have enough to back it up, though?
Reinforcement reduction is now idle.
Oh, this sticky bomb stunned his entire army. That was devastating, man. I don't know if I have enough, though. Do I? Oh, my lord.
Unit production.
Stunning a few more of them. Oh, yeah, him chasing up the ramp, it was just such a bad angle. I think his numbers were quite strong, but he should have backed away from that fight. Big mistake for him there. We're going to leave a bastion to capture that. We're going to clear this cultivator, which you can see is upgraded to a turret. Kill a harvester that's hiding in under that flux. Trying to harvest that right now. See if there's a base here. Looks like there isn't. We'll see if there's a harvester up there. Alright guys, so let's make sure these are building extractors. They are. Fantastic. And we both lost a lot of units there, but he lost more than me. So I'm feeling really good about my position right now because I've got all 3 towers. Let's get our improved crisis response. That gives me more top bar energy gain. I can already call in a few more of these right now. So let's get some more Avengers.
Unit production.
And what I really want to build is Atlases right now. So on these 2 factories, I'm going to get Atlases. I've also got the Super Factory or Advanced Factory as it's called, which is going to unlock Tier 3. So let's also go over here and make sure we get that Tier 3 research facility. And our Tier 2 one is going to get the Avenger and Atlas upgrade. So we're going to get Shredding Bolt.
Reinforcement ready.
And, oh, what's going on over here, guys? Okay, he's trying to take out this base. That's a crazy move for him. There we go. Okay, he's trying to use eruptions to land on me, and I just kind of moved through them because I figured the way he moved in is so dangerous. Notice we stunned his whole army with the sticky bomb. The way he clumped up there was a huge mistake, and he doesn't manage to kill the base. So that's really good for me. I've got a base here. I've got a base here. This is fantastic. And we've also got that extra thing there. So we're just going to keep taking bases at this point. Unfortunately, I think I've lost a few workers, so I'm going to build a few more of those. And we're going to keep building bastions, commandos, because my money is floating like crazy. So let's actually also go 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks, and then go take that in the bottom left. Uh-oh. Whoops. Just kind of being a bit sloppy on my macro this game. Not used to commentating so much playing it. And there we go. A couple Atlases queued up, a couple of Avengers. Warp in some more Avengers. Keep denying him from the rich gas, which is really important. We can also spend stuff by getting all these Avenger turrets. So notice I'm just clicking each of my guys, making Avenger turrets. Oh, big deadly vines there, very nicely done. Oh, kill the hero. All right, we got the hero. That's good.
Building complete.
All right, really nicely done. All right, so we've got these Atlases coming out in decent numbers now. Once we have those, you can see they can cast this ability, Drone Strike. It's actually very powerful. Costs a lot of energy though, but it is really good. We're also, now that we've got the Tier 3, we can actually get Juggernaut upgrades, which give them an attack speed aura. We can also get Atlas upgrades, which give them extra drone casting range. We can get Tier 1 upgrades that we didn't get before. So we can get actually extra attack speed and weapon range or extra armor and movement speed. We're going to go attack speed and weapon range for our bastions. And for our commandos, we're going to get Eagle Sense, 40% attack speed, 20% move speed after jumping. So it's kind of like just a big boost for them for a few seconds after they jump. And that's now queued up, which is great. All right. Oh, let's go. Oh, very nice. Catching a whole bunch of those stingers. Oh, that's so good for me. Let's break these rocks so I have smoother movement.
Control tower captured.
I just realized, guys, that he actually...
Unit production complete. Production is
All right, we've got a base there as well. So these turrets, you can actually upgrade these guys as well. So what you want to do is E. You can also turn them into healing things as well, the supply platforms if you want. Same with your bases, you can also upgrade those. So I'm just kind of dumping money into that to make sure I'm foolproof against backstabs. And we're going to break these rocks in the middle. If we can take this ridge in front of his base, I think now we've got a very good army. Oh, that's a... Wow.
Building upgraded.
All right, we're going to maybe recall part of my army there to try and sandwich him from both sides. But it looks like he did get away, at least for now. All right, let's go. Oh, he's using the niders to get out, the flower escape capsule. Oh, but he did it to the same base! That is hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, we're dropping drone strikes all over him, guys. Oh, dropping a sticky bomb in the mix. Oh, that was an absolute slaughter. He accidentally clicked both the escape thing. I think you can choose which base that goes to. Oh my god. That's a huge mistake by him. Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. Alright, we're queuing up tons more basic guys. I'm going to queue up a bunch more Avengers. We're also going to queue up some Juggernauts as well because they use a good mix of both resources. But I do need to make sure I get a bunch more of the tier 3 factories in order to actually use that. I could have probably finished this game by now, guys, and been a bit more adamant about when I win a fight going in and denying resources. But because I haven't played as much on the current patch, and because I wanted to talk to you guys through everything, I took a little bit more time just kind of working my way up the tech tree, adding all the different pieces, rather than just capitalizing on advantages. We also can get an airstrike here. I haven't used that much, so let's give that one a go. Vehicle engines, vehicle durability. Hadn't got my talents in a little while. So if I lose a bunch more units, I will be able to call in some airstrikes. Right now, I don't have enough energy for it. I need 50, and it looks like I have 47, I believe, right now. So maybe if I let some units die, we can do that. Oh, he's actually going for a counterattack. Okay, guys. Oh my god, he's got a behemoth as well, guys. He's got a behemoth. We never see this. The big flying capital ship. Unfortunately, has no support. So we're going to try and chase it down right now. The drone strike only got a single hit off on it, though, before it went like that. We've got units coming in from all sides. Notice I'm jumping my commandos after it, trying to get it, and that behemoth does go down. Awesome. I actually don't know exactly what the behemoth's strengths and weaknesses are because we so rarely see that unit. And usually I'm playing a more mech style composition, and I basically just don't have anything that shoots up because I forget to build atlases or gunships, and then I just die. But let's go finish it now. Obviously, I got a massive army advantage. I'm at 200 out of 175 because he killed a bunch of my depots. And yeah. Notice you can also select all research here, guys. You could also select all production, which is awesome. So I can just do that, put that on my normal production hotkey. I prefer to still produce off hotkeys just because I'm used to it. He does a little flower once again. And you can see here, basically, we've got all of this stuff coming out. We've even got our first Juggernaut tank coming in, which is a nice big boy with a big double turret. And that's going to be GG. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this game, and to seeing a little bit more of ZeroSpace. Thank you everyone who's been hopping on top of the Kickstarter. If you're excited, remember this is only pre-alpha. We've got so much room to improve on what we've got here, but it feels smooth and incredibly competitive. This was a bit of a slower game since I am very favored versus this opponent. But yeah, let us know your feedback. Let us know if you're excited, and thank you everyone who's hopped on board for the Kickstarter. For more info, check down below in the comments. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye-bye.